Hey, Samantha. That's my wave from down here. Hi. We're here with the St. Edmund Campion Missal and Hymnal for the traditional Latin Mass, the Organist Volume 2, Hymns and Simple Chants. Here we go. Silent Night, a wonderful book, by the way. We're in the key of G. Before we start playing the melody and the chords and all that, and talking about transposing, which we started in our lesson, we're going to talk about solfege, the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, all that business. Think of Sound of Music, the do, a deer, all that good stuff. So let's just sing a little bit of solfege together. We're going to start in the key of G, because that's what we're in here, in the key of G. Do, G is going to be do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So with Silent Night, we're starting the melody on sol. Okay, and please do sing along. It will help to cover up my singing, which is not top shelf, that is for sure. So here we go. Sol, la, sol, mi. Sol, la, sol, mi. Re, re, ti. Do, do, sol. La, la, do, ti, la, sol, mi. La, la, do, ti, la, sol, mi. Re, re, fa, re, ti, do, mi. Do, sol, mi, sol, fa, re, do. And you can probably hear in my voice, I'm not a trained singer. That C, fa, re, ti, do, that is a stretch for me. So maybe I'm one of those singers that would need this transposed down to a lower key. So it's a really good skill to work on. Before we do that, let's get into the music here, though, as written. As written in the key of G, you've been doing a wonderful job with this. This is what we have. Okay, and of course it goes on from there. That's what is written. But if you remember from the end of our lesson, we started talking about what the chord, what is the harmony that goes along with that melody. Not just the little notes on the page and how to play exactly the notes there, which is a great skill to have. But what is the essence of what's going on here? Well, the beginning starts with a G major chord. Okay. Now we can play that G major chord a million different ways on the piano. Golly, low, medium, high, on and on. But it's still a G major chord. It has a G and a B and a D. So what I want you to do here is with your left hand, just play a G major triad. It's not what's printed there, but it's the same harmony. It's the same chord. And then with your right hand, go ahead and put the melody on top like this. And then the third and fourth measure, well, the third measure, we get a D dominant 7 or a D7. So you can just play D, F sharp, A, C. For this melody, you can get. And then back to the G chord. I can play the right notes. And let's just keep all these chords in what we call root position. So the G chord will be G, B, D with the G in the lowest position. There's the G. And then the D7, keep the D natural in the lowest voice. D, F sharp, A, C. And then back to the G. And then we get down to the second line, we get the C major chord. And again, just root position for now. And then back to a G chord. C chord again. G chord. Back to the D7. Now the E minor, that's an E, G, B. And back to a G chord. We'll play this one lower. And then to the D chord. Okay. So just work on that a bit left-handed. You have Silent Night. etc., etc. Just going through the left hand, and you can just play them in root position. So that means the G chord has the G note in the lowest voice. D7 has the D in the lowest position. The C has the C in the lowest voice, and etc. Okay, and the E minor. And you get down here in the lowest voice. Okay, and then you want to know what the number is. Like each chord is going to have a number. So in the key of G major, the G is the 1. The D chord, G, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is the 5 chord. Back to a G chord, that's the 1. And then the C chord is the 4. G, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your Addams family. Okay, back to business. So the C is the 4 chord. And then the E minor is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the minor 6 chord. So you have a 1 chord, a 4 chord, a 5 chord, and a minor 6 chord. And there are only about 1,000,001 other songs that have those chords. Let It Be by the Beatles, Don't Stop Believing by Journey, Dixieland Delight by Alabama, tons of pop music, bunch of songs from the 50s like Earth Angel. So those are 4 really important chords to know. So once you get comfortable, obviously playing the ink, as we call it, play everything written here, right? And then what you want to do is know the chord instead of just playing note for note, which is important. It's good. Know the chord and play. You can play the chord in the left hand, and then just play the melody right hand. Okay. Then what we want to work on is transposing that. And this is also where the solfege can help you. If you know the melody is sol, la, sol, mi, re, re, ti, do, do, sol, la, do, ti, la, sol, mi, etc. Just kind of speeding through this. The solfege can help you to pick out that melody in a new key. So let's go to the key of C now. Right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. C is now the 1 chord. G would be the 5 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C, D, E, F, G. And we can do a 5, 7. Put that off on there. F would be the 4 chord. And the minor 6 would be A minor. Okay? And so the melody here, if you think of solfege in the key of C, do, re, mi, fa, sol, G becomes sol. So we have sol, la, sol, mi, sol, la, sol, mi. Oh boy, this is going to be high. Re, re, ti, do, do, sol. Right, that is way too high for me. So then what you want to try is the melody with the right hand, chords with the left hand. Now the left hand is going to shift up to the 5, 7 chord and the G, B, D, F, and the right hand is going to play Re, Re, Ti, that's D, D, B, and then back to the 1 chord, which is now the key of C. It's a C, right? Now we need to get to the 4 chord. That's an F. We need back to the 1 chord. F chord again, the 4 chord in the key of C. La, la, do, ti, la. Back to the 1 chord, sol. Okay, now we need to get to the 5 chord. The minor 6, which is A minor. And back to the 1 chord. Now the 5 chord. Back to the 1 chord. Right? Sol, fa, re, do. Okay. That is probably going to be very mentally taxing for quite a while. That is a difficult skill, but I didn't start doing it at a young age, so I want all of my students to start doing it at a young age, because it's like anything. It's easier to accomplish it, and master it if you start it young. Okay. So key of G as written. Just to recap, we're going to wrap up here. Oh, excuse me. You get the idea. So play the ink, just play everything that's written, and then just play the chords left hand, still in the key of G, the one chord here, and you can pop the melody up the octave instead of here. As written, pop it up the octave. Okay. Then work on transposing. If you need to write the Roman numerals in, that's fine. We're going to transpose it to C. So all white keys here. All right. Okay, all right. I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm getting a little long-winded. Let's meet up again in a couple weeks, and we'll continue with this. All right, take care.